Hello learners, I am Professor Raju Sarkar from Department of Civil Engineering, Delhi Technological University, and also coordinator of Center of Excellence in Disaster Risk Reduction. So myself along with my co-coordinator Professor Shilpa Pal is going to instruct you regarding this Mooc course. So what is the need of the Mooc course on disaster risk reduction and management? India faces disasters almost every year and is ranked among one of the most vulnerable countries in the world. Over the years, occurrence of various disasters has caused extensive damage to life and property and have adversely impacted economic development. The rapid growth of the world's population and its increased concentration often in hazardous environment has escalated both the frequency and severity of disasters. There exists a need to have a proactive, comprehensive and sustained approach to disaster risk reduction for the detrimental effects of disasters on overall socio-economic development of the nation. Disaster management and mitigation is a multi-institutional approach which needs dedicated commitment from central, state and district level institutions. A substantial reduction in the impact of disasters is achieved through emphasis on pre-disaster activities, emergency preparation, and further improving post-disaster relief and management capabilities. There is a need for continuous innovative and creative approaches based on scientific and technical knowledge how to handle disaster issues in future. Limited access to higher degree also results in a large number of students dropping out or losing interest in education, due to which the rate of unemployability is increasing. However, education prepares vulnerable communities how to cope with such events. Introducing disaster risk reduction and management in the course syllabus at higher education curriculum should be prioritized. Students must learn about disaster management and need to adopt a creative approach which help to familiarize them with their surroundings and provide insights into disaster risk reduction and preparedness measures, emergency relief and long-term recovery. These will establish an active, experimental and participative learning process between learners and institutions to develop the concept of resilience and how to anticipate, absorb and adapt to disaster events. Thus, the curriculum of Mooc course on disaster risk reduction and management as a hybrid approach where traditional wisdom and local knowledge can be used to prevent and mitigate social, economic and psychological effects of natural and human-induced hazards. Hence, present Mooc course has elements of disaster risk reduction and management to build a knowledge, skills and capacity at UG level. Now, I request Professor Shilpa Pal, who is the co-coordinator of this Mooc course, would like to say something about the details of the course.
Learners, the course duration, the course credit will be 3 credits and the duration for this course will be 8 weeks. What will be the learning outcomes after doing this Mooc course? The learners will acquire the ability to create risk reduction plans, response strategies. They'll be able to evaluate disaster risk and vulnerability in the various circumstances. The learners will comprehend national and international disaster management frameworks and the laws. They'll be able to take proactive actions to reduce the risk of the disaster after graduating from this course, and which will be able to boost the community resilience. The teaching pedagogy that the course coordinators are going to follow is, the first is the video lectures, which will be weekly pre-recorded video lectures, which will provide the foundational knowledge and in-depth explanation of the key topics. Interactive sessions with the coordinators of the course, with the periodic live discussions, the question answer sessions, which will facilitate the deeper engagement with the material. The case studies of the real world, which illustrates best practices and the challenges in the disaster risk management. Simulations and the scenario analysis, with a practice exercise which will enable the learners to apply the concepts of the disaster scenarios. And the assignments, there will be a regular assignments which will reinforce the learners to get the in-depth knowledge and the key understanding of the concepts. So we have divided our course, the Mooc course, into 6 units. The first unit will be on the introduction of the disaster risk and reduction. The second unit will be on the hazard and the vulnerability assessment. The third unit will be on the disaster preparedness and the early warning systems. Fourth will be on the disaster preparedness, response and the recovery. The unit 5 will be there on the community-based DRR, that is the disaster risk reduction, its local and the global impacts. And the unit 6, that is the last, will be on the policies, legislations and the international frameworks for the social and the political aspects of DRR. So this Mooc course offers a thorough rundown on the disaster risk reduction and the management, which is going to be coordinated by Professor Raju Sarkar and myself, Professor Shilpa Pal, with an intent to assist our learners in gaining the academic understanding and the practical abilities necessary for catastrophic risk reduction and management. Wishing all the learners all the best for the future. Thank you so much.